Okay, I'm live, but I'm trying to adjust my phone, so give me a second. Okay, I think that's probably as good as my phone will get. So, let me know if you all can hear me well, because I do have my air conditioning on. My AC is running, and sometimes my microphone filters that or pick that up. Queen of Queens. Thank you, Romy Rome. I'll just call you the king of kings. Crypto Self. Okay, thank you. Look at my kings coming in, taking care of me. I was just about to ask you, to let me know how the sound was, because it's a little humid today, right? So I do have my AC blowing. And if my phone fall down and readjust, then, we are live, and I am being careful as I'm driving, right? Hello, K-Love. It's nice seeing you as well. Now, K-Love, I don't know if this was you. I don't know. But someone texted me this topic, so I wanted to talk about it. That Wells Fargo, as I'm holding my phone, is closing down all of their personal lines of credit, right? Wells Fargo is closing down or stopping all of the personal lines of credit. So I don't know who texted that to me, but they did. Thank you for bringing it to my attention, right? And let's have a discussion about it as I'm making a quick drive, right? A quick drive. Good sound. Okay, thank you so much. So let's talk about this, right? You all know that since 2020, I pretty much have been educating about credit and FICO 10. Okay, wasn't okay, but okay, thank you. Pretty much notifying about FICO 10. I don't have my saves today, right? And these credit changes that will be coming as a part of the changing or conversion of cryptocurrency and our currency system reset, right? And so in reading the article, right, hello Todd, personal lines of credit. It did not say credit cards. But let me tell you about credit cards, right? That if you have credit cards and the credit cards, or maybe let's say you are delinquent on one or two of your credit cards, and for example, maybe you have three more that are in good standing. Well, the credit agencies, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they communicate. And they will communicate to even the credit lines that you have in good standing, right? And those credit lines with other banks and businesses have the right to close your current credit card if you are delinquent or missed payments or late payments or high credit limit or other credit cards that you may have. So be aware of that, right? Be aware of that. That can be done, is being done. I've heard some people say that they have just received notice that even their Wells Fargo credit cards as well, right, are being closed down as well, not just their personal lines of credit. So let's get into the personal lines of credit. I was reading the article, right, by CNBC, and it was stated that one customer in particular was saying that he took out a personal line of credit in order to avoid overdraft fees, right? That was the whole purpose or reason for taking out a personal line of credit from Wells Fargo. And now he's looking into banking, into other banking institutions like Ally or Chimes Bank that's not so excessive with their overdraft fees, right? This is one of the things that I was informing people that are Dave Ramsey followers or subscribe or, believe in what Dave Ramsey, his philosophy, is that you don't ever take into the account of your overdraft fees if you just have to live on a cash-based system. If you're not going to use credit, right, and you live off a cash-based only system, then what is your strategy that you have in place to keep up with inflation or the rising pricing of goods and services, right? Dave often does not offer you a strategy for that. He often doesn't. I don't think he does. He even teaches much on inflation. His only solution is to get out of debt by getting 2 jobs. And when one person has 2 jobs, right, they are taxed as if they are 2 people. Now, why is this a big significance, right? Because most people don't understand that a third of your paycheck goes to the government in the form of taxes, right? Most people don't understand that if they earn, for example, $50,000 a year, right, that they only bring home approximately or about $38,000 of that $50,000. So you work for 12 months, right? This is what my mentor. I should go back and watch that video that I uploaded, or I had live streaming on yesterday with my millionaire mentor, Mr. Brian Bean, and he was explaining, right, that although you work for 12 months, you work for a year, you only get paid for 8 months. Crypto 777, thank you so much for the 999 super chat, and I'm going to do something special for you, or a profession special for you at the end of this video, right? And thanks for everyone too that not only contributes on the live stream, but also to Cash App. Thank you all, right? And so this is how the game is played. You really want to take the red pill or the blue pill today? Which one? Let me know. Comment while I'm trying to watch the road. Which pill you want to take today? Red pill or blue pill? You want to know the truth? Right? What was the name of that movie? They said, but you can't handle the truth. Which pill you want today, people? You want the nice queen or you want the straight up? You want straight with no chaser? How do you want it? You want queen to be nice today, or you want queen to give you the real truth? You can't have the red and blue now. Red pill. I'm going with the red pill on Facebook. Shawan Jones said red pill. Yes. Oh, my kings are coming in. Thank you, Queen Gwen, for the 1111 super chat. Look at my king. I think that's man. I want to get you wrong because sometimes I can't tell. But thank you, Tori 790. I love those numbers. A few good men. That's the name of the movie. You want to know the truth? Well, you can't handle the truth. I'm gonna give it to you anyway. Here it is, straight with no chaser. We're taking it straight today. We're gonna get the red pill, the real truth, right? The real truth. So you work for the government January to April, right? You work for a year, 12 months, but you don't get paid for that. You work for the government January to April. Why do you say, Queen? Well, why do you think your taxes are due April 15th? Why do you think that's the deadline? See, you only get a third of your check, right? You only get a third of that paycheck. And from 27 to about 35% of that paycheck, a third of that paycheck goes to the government in taxes. So again, if you earn $50K a year, you're gonna bring home about 38. So then you have May through August, right? May through August, after you work a third of your check from the government, now you work for big banks. Now you work for the big banks. What do you mean by that, Queen? Okay, let's get back to Wells Fargo. Let's get back. Now you have to take out credit because the government is taking such a big chunk of your paycheck. So now you got to live off of credit, a debt-based system. So if you want any type of form of standard living, a new vehicle, a better vehicle, you go to the banks and you get a loan, right? Oh my God, you know, that dream that they sell you, that, you know, get an education, go to school, get a job. Well, yeah, then they stick you for 30 years to life with student loan debt, right? So then people go get into student loan debt. You paying back big banks, April to August, right? April to August, or May into August, because January through April you paying back the government. You want a house, right? You want a house, the American dream. You go to big banks, you get a loan, right? So this is what happened. 50-50 says I'm the creditor. 50-50 for you to be the creditor and play the game that Wells Fargo, Chase, J.P. Morgan is playing. You have to have almost a $24+ billion portfolio, because I don't think you all know that last year of 2020, right, the banks were required to at least keep 10%, right, Federal Reserves in the bank, 10% in the bank physically of what you deposit. So if you deposit $100, they were required at all times to keep 10 of the actual dollars in the bank's holding. But as of last year, May of last year, that rule changed, and now banks doesn't have to keep any reserves, right? They don't have to keep any reserves. So if you deposit $100 or your check is deposited to the bank, 100%, but what you deposit never has like a savings account, with is what they you always have savings account any day. And you know my philosophy on that is, if you always have a savings account for a rainy day, then you will get a rainy day. Now, I'm not saying it's not smart to have money on hand, but what I'm saying is, saying you're saving money, what about storing money, right? Let's change our language, right? We have to change our language. Instead of saying we're spending money, spending means it goes out to a point of no return. We say we circulate our money. That means circulate means money always come back to its original point of origin. It circulates back to you, even when you circulate it into your bills and finances. And so what Wells Fargo, so you work for big banks, right? From April to August. So now Wells Fargo is saying we're going to give our customers 60 days to either pay this off in full, right? Pay their personal loans off in full, or this is it, or they can have a fixed interest rate. Now, a fixed interest rate may be a great thing if it's lower than the interest of the initial amount financed, because these personal lines of credit, right, are adjustable interest rates. So adjustable interest rate means that the interest rate on it fluctuates, right? It adjusts, you know. So the adjustable interest rate is between 9% and I think like 21%. But right now they're saying, okay, we're going to give them a fixed interest rate, and this may affect their credit scores, because now it's going to show as a closed line of credit. So you all know that whenever you have a closed line of credit, right, and it's not open, then that lowers your credit score. So now you have people that's credit score is going to be lower. They have 60 days, right? Nothing they can do, nothing in their power. And so after you work for big banks to August, from April to August, now you work from August to December for big businesses, right? Now you may be telling me, no, Queen, I'm a frugal spender. Yeah, you work for big businesses because they know how to market to you, right? Apple knows, for example, how to slow down your Apple phone whenever they get an upgrade. And now you're like, I need a new iPhone. This iPhone, the storage is too full, it's operating slower, et cetera, et cetera. big businesses psychologically know how to market to you. Then you say, you know what? This is the number one thing I hear. I work hard for my money, and I never do anything for myself. So I need to go out and buy me a new Louis Vuitton purse, or a Louis Vuitton hat, or a Louis Vuitton belt, or a Gucci belt, right? Because I work hard for my money, and I need to reward myself. Well, if you learn financial strategies, right, you'll learn how to pay yourself. And part of paying yourself, people, is learning how to add a business to your paycheck. Now, don't come to me saying, well, Queen, I'm going to start my own business. That's fine. That's great. I support you. But this is the thing. We know that 98% of the population earns a paycheck. So I'm talking to the 98% right now. What do you do to save your paycheck if it's $50,000, for example, and your take home is $38,000? That's a third, and then you give a third to big businesses. Then you give a third to big banks because the government is taking its third from the top, which is January through April, right? Because again, you have to file those taxes on April the 15th. So what do I do now? Well, you legally, right, morally and ethically add a home-based business that knows how to implement these strategies. I'm not talking about a home-based business where you have to sell products, where you have to sell a juice, or where you have to sell a service, right? This home-based business service job is to add 475 business tax deductions to your paycheck, because as an employee, you only have 9. So now you get 475, right? And now you get more money out of your paycheck, which keeps you from having to get in so much consumer debt. See, consumer debt is when you're in debt for anything that's not bringing you cash flow, right? As my mentor said, it's okay to get Louis Vuitton if you're investing in Louis Vuitton stock. It's okay to get Gucci if you're investing in Gucci stock. Now you're a part business owner. But if you're not, then why are you getting these things? And you look what just came in the mail. You all like that? Let me get a look if I can. That's my Unk ring. I've been wanting it. I finally got it to go with my my copper and all of that. So I hope you all like it. So let me look at some comments. So this is what's going to happen. Now you see the personal lines of credit, clothing, nothing you can do. And now you're going to see more credit cards following suit and doing the same thing. Oh, this is something. Now look what it came with the crown. My Unk ring with the crown. So let's look. Let me look at some comments because I didn't want to read too many comments while I'm driving. No, I'm the creditor according to Title 15. Oh, I get what you're saying, 50-50. But this is the thing with Title 15, U.S. Code 1602. A lot of people don't know how to apply it. A lot of people don't know how to apply it or implement it. They usually hear a YouTuber, I want to say like USEF. USEF teaches a lot about USC. And they found, a well-informed, educated YouTuber like him, and they get that information, they regurgitate it, but they don't know how to apply it. Or they don't invest in his services to apply it. So, you are technically, yes and no, the creditor, but you're not the creditor. Knowledge without knowing how to apply it is powerless. The only time that knowledge is power is when you know how to apply it. So if you have applied it, and also when we talk about natural citizenship and things like that, there's a lot of pros and cons that comes along with that, right? Once you make that change. For example, if you are in an accident or something and you need medical services, well, you are a natural citizen, so technically, right, by law, you're not qualified, right, to receive those services. There's a lot of services that people have to do away with in order to convert that citizenship, right? The reserve requirement, yep, is 0 now. You are essentially the reserve requirement, a derivative of something else. Okay, Todd. Wells Fargo still circulating well. Oh, Todd, we don't want to get on that, dude. They were freedman banks, and the slaves were freed in the 1800s. Money into Fargo, aka freedman banks, and the bank, even 1800s, took millions of their wealth. Oh, I know. Wells Fargo is something. Wells Fargo is something else. And this is another thing about Wells Fargo. They stopped last year as well offering HELOC loans, which is home equity lines of credit. So they no longer offer the HELOC loans as well, right? Wondering if other big banks will do the same. I think so. I think J.P. Morgan and Chase will follow suit. But the one thing about Wells Fargo, I guess in a positive light, it did state, the bank did state that any persons that had mortgages financed under them, you would not be in forbearance until 2022. That's like 6 months from now, right? But Wells Fargo and another big bank, I can't think of it. I don't want to say it was J.P. Morgan or Chase, but I do know. I think it was Bank of America though. And another thing, Bank of America, do you see now that they don't want to handle the unemployment for California? Right? They don't want to handle that, which they really bamboozle a lot of people out of that. A lot of issues going on with California and their unemployment through Bank of America. Yeah, he says, yeah, I am. I'm charged up. I'm officially charged up now. I don't know which, am I wearing it? Let me turn it the other way. I am. I'm officially charged up. So, yeah, it'll show the right way. I think this is beautiful. So, yeah, I have my silver, my tourmalines, my healing crystals on, right? I asked a lot of people, I said, well, what type of crystal do you have? And they don't know. They say they just wear it for fashion. But you should know what type of crystals that you have, what type of energy you are attracting when you wear them, and your purpose for wearing them so they can serve out their purpose, right? Banks are the original robbers. That's true. The banks are the real OGs. The banks are the real OGs, the original gangsters. And so that's why I wanted to share this with you all real quick. Let's just hope, however, that the fixed interest, because right now the variable is between 9% and 21%. My God, I hope no one took out a 21% personal line of credit. Jesus, right? But it happens. That's why big banks are big banks. And with that being said, let's hope interest rate is low. Whatever they introduce, again, have a line of credit with Porto. They're going to give you 60 days before this change or adjustment is happening. And I have a very good live stream that I'm about to do as soon as I get inside of my house. So you all stay tuned. It's going to be about ID 2020. ID 2020 and 666 as it relates to cryptocurrency. ID 2020 666 is what it's called. So give me about 30 minutes to get in, get situated, and get in front of my laptop. But thank you for those who give, for those who text me information like this to share with you all and the family and the general public. so they can keep each other and uplifted. And also, right, you have now this is the thing. I have been hearing that Wells Fargo, only if you have a bad credit card, maybe 2 or 3, that may be late payments or the credit limit is out, that Wells Fargo will pull your credit score. And if you're in the southern states, I know it's Experian, and it shows that your score has been dropped by 20 points or more, or that your other credit cards are nearly maxed out or behind on payments, 30, 60, 90 days, that it does not matter if you have a credit card with them that's in good standing, that Wells Fargo is closing credit cards as well because of that. Now, again, last year Wells Fargo already made the decision to stop offering HELOCs, home equity lines of credit, last year. And so when a lot of the YouTubers that were stating that, oh no, FICO 10 won't change, crypto won't change the game, we're going to stay the same credit FICO system for probably about 5 more years. And I was telling them, no, it's going to be quicker than that. 2022, now you're seeing that these lines of credit under FICO are closing down, not available, and shifting. And it's not only affecting, right? So, and this is why I talked to you about adding the home-based business to your paycheck. Because now, when the credit options are shut down, you have to find somewhere to get that additional money from. And it's right there on your paycheck, people. You know, when the disciples came to Jesus and said, we have taxes due, and Jesus said, go, it's right there in the fish's mouth. Look, the money is right there in your paycheck. A lot of you all are overpaying in taxes. It's on the IRS website. They tell you, but you tell them through your W-4 and how many deductions and exemptions you have, right? The government only does what your W-4 is telling it to do as far as your finances. So there are a lot of people. My best testimony is one of my signed up for the home-based business and was able to bring an additional $1,400 more home out of their paychecks, right? Because our experts to look at their paychecks to add the 475 tax deductions, because people, the credit lines are drying up, no longer available, and everything is overpriced. So you don't want to be overpaying in your paychecks anyway. And let me tell you this as well. You're not going to see large tax returns in January because people are getting those child tax credit now, the CTCs, right? They're getting it now. So now the extra $3,000-4,000 that you were getting at one time, you won't see that in January of 2022, right? And so you have a debit. Now, I don't think your debit card should be affected, Fargo, but your credit card can be, depending on your credit health. Now, if you have your other credit cards are in good standing, right, and or maybe you don't have the credit cards. Maybe you said, Queen, I only have a Wells Fargo card, and it's not maxed out, right? My credit limit is pretty good. I pay on time. Then you're fine, right? But I'm just saying, some people have other credit cards, and they may have maxed out because of this health pandemic, and they had to use their credit. Hopefully, right, because I have a Wells Fargo Platinum cashback credit card, and it's doing great. I use my credit cards. I pay the balances off before on the statement due date, and I pay it off in full every month. So even if I have good credit, and I often do not get interest rate charged or 0% interest on my purchases, even if they had an interest rate applied to my credit card because I pay it off in full every month. I will never be charged interest anyway. And that's something that I was trying to teach you all. If you can keep your credit cards at a balance that you can pay them off in full every month, it doesn't matter if you're at a 3%, 5%, 7%. That interest will not be applied if you pay it off in full every month. It's only you carry over the balances, right? Hello, M and M. Hello, Minnesota. You know, I can't say that. I just call you M and M. You're waiting. Yeah, I'm going live at home in a few. ID 2020-666. So you all in. I just got my letter in the mail from their personal lines account. Okay, Dr. Rock. And they notified that it should be like 60 days. Have they told you what the fixed interest rate will be? Because that's something I did not read it. I didn't see. They're saying that all of these personal lines of credit will change from adjustable interest rate to now a fixed rate. So hopefully, right, these fixed rates will be really, really low, and therefore, interest-wise, right, people want to accumulate a lot of interest on their personal lines of credit. So I did not see what the interest fixed rate will be, but hopefully it's going to be very low, hopefully under 5% at least. And if that's the case, right, if you were at 9% adjustable rate, that's better than that will be better situation. Another thing is that people, anything that you have in adjustable rate interest, you need to get out of real quick if you can, and switch to a fixed rate. Because when this economy begins to plummet even more, as it worsens, drops even more, those adjustable rate loans, whether it's credit cards or personal loans or personal line of credit, is going to it's going to shoot up. It's going to escalate. So you want to get out of adjustable rate. That's even if a mortgage, a home, anything, right? I'm not sure if vehicle has adjustable rates. I know mortgages have adjustable rates. Vehicles, all of them should have fixed rates, right? You want to get into fixed rates, everything right now. And if your credit is not premium to get, that change, that you need to get your credit fixed ASAP. Because it's moving now to the option of either you can use your crypto to leverage for credit, or you won't have any credit available at all. And the people that will still be under FICO until everything is totally converted over, you're going to have premium credit scores, 750 or 720s or above, at least minimum. Anything under 720 is not going to get it anymore in this economy. We are in a new economy. Guru says, love your videos, definitely, and access to crypto. Thank you so much, Guru. And I know I don't talk about credit as much, but I am still helping people in the sector. So if you need credit help, let's see, can I find it? As I put my ticker down there, rich people don't have jobs, people, they have assets. And I've always preached and teach you all that use your credit for assets only and legally adjust your paycheck, right, to get least tax as possible, because when you get that money to the government throughout the year, you are giving them a tax-free loan, right? You're giving them a tax-free loan, and they return it to you at 0% interest, so why not keep that money in your possession throughout the year? So this is my website, Fix, F-I-X, mycreditandcash.com. Go to Credit Help about the home-based business. It's also on that website. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats. I see the thumbs up on Facebook as well. Make sure you all hit the thumbs up on my Twitter. Get those hearts, show the digital love. YouTube, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, right? and give me the thumbs up and share it as well. And give me about an hour, 30 minutes if nothing happens. And we're going to talk about ID 2020-666, right? Thank you all for tuning in. And if you're watching the replay, if you know what the fixed interest rate will be, put it in the comments for me, right? Let the community know, everyone involved is affected, directly or indirectly, what the fixed interest rate will be. This should happen within 60 days under Wells Fargo. Pay close attention to your credit cards. Right now, a lot of creditors are closing down credit accounts. And I didn't know I put that in the ticker, but if you go to the website, fixmycreditandcash.com, and you're interested in home-based business, just text HBB to the number strolling down at the bottom, and so we can look at getting your paycheck adjusted. Or if you know any friends and family members, if you're a 1099 or you work from home and you're not a W-4 employee, but you know any friends or family members that can use this services, you can introduce this to them and you can get passive income, right? Passive income. So I'm signing out. Stay tuned to the channel. Let's talk about ID 2020-666, and you all have a great, great day.